Looks like Jacob has taken a mulligan to 6, and we are ready to go.
It was really good. It was really good.
Even the
Misty Rainforest to start for Ed.
I was watching it and looking back, there was a lot of decision points that could have changed it.
And a Misty Rainforest for Jacob. Very nice. Both players with retro frame Misty Rainforests. Wow. Kiviak arrived.
Yeah, I will
Tamio. Cracking a Misty now is Ed. We're going to Surveil. That's a hedge maze.
We still stay on the table.
What real life action would be considered surveilling? Like, what do you do in your everyday life that feels like surveilling to you?
These are 6 to cast, right?
Like, what is surveilling?
I just want it's a pleasure. So that's 2 devours.
I'll just play it.
Okay, dumps a sink into stupor into the graveyard. Checking the dates on food. That's actually perfect. That's so perfect.
Battle Mage. What is it?
I'm at 15.
Brainstorm for Ed. Wow, very interesting technique. Checking the dates on food is actually perfect because some of them you throw away. All right, then just drops a trop and passes the turn. Tamio still stands. I don't think Ed's deck is the type to particularly care about Tamio, but all right, here's a brainstorm for Jacob. So Tamio's going to flip immediately. All right, so what I was going to say was the reality that Tamio eventually ultimates and draws half the deck, and then it gets really hard to win. But it would need to flip, and now it's flipping immediately. So maybe the pressure is on a little bit for Ed, it turns out. Got to hurry up and do some OmniTelling, or we'll lose this game. So Tamio's most likely going to plus. I don't think we're interested in returning a brainstorm right now. The token is a clue that Tamio made when it attacked. Jacob puts Tamio in the correct zone. Very, very important. There's a Misty Rainforest.
One does.
Unclear to me if both players knew what the other player was playing at this event. Is it clear to us if the overlays were blank right now what each player is playing? Well, now we know. Here's show and tell.
Okay.
In the Nick Fit show.
Jacob's chosen a card. Leyline Binding, that's a nasty one. Atraxa will be exiled, but its ETB or Enter's ability will still be happening.
On top. I think there's a stack of Black Reanimator with the changes on his sideboard.
I think because since I have priority, I think I go for and then so you resolve first. Yeah, so I go
You're
stacking.
going to be exiled and then you resolve the attraction
And
figure.
then I resolve.
Archon.
Okay. Attention to detail here. Atraxa does get exiled before its ability resolves. Good on the players for keeping track of that. All right. Active player, non-active player. Jacob excitedly taking a look at what's going on. Stock Up is spotted. Omniscience is the enchantment. Cunning Wish. Some other copies of Atraxa. Takes a Prismatic Vista. Takes another Show and Tell. So we'll be able to do more stuff. The other cards will go on the bottom.
I've just been jamming it into like whatever shell. I mean, it's not that competitive, for being honest.
I'll leave. Hold on 1 second. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there it is.
In fact, one of my
Okay, now Ed will move to discarding to hand size. So we took Show and Tell, Cunning Wish, Atraxa, Omniscience. The land just got thrown away.
Bad play.
Luanil, thank you for the resub. 57 months for Luanil. What's up, Luno? That's a long time. This is, of course, this month is 5 years of 90s MTG streaming on Twitch, and I can't believe it. Thank you, everybody that stuck with us, no matter how long your subscription has been. An Impulse was also just discarded, which is interesting. Mr. J. God, thank you for the Soa Prime. 12 months. Have some Bezos bucks and earning the 1-year badge. A big day for Mr. J. God. And Emo NYC, thank you for the sub with Prime. Chase wondering, is everything okay with the stream chat? Is anything lagging right now? Do we get a thumbs up or thumbs down from the chat? Is everything working okay? Hype Train just started.
No, because there is a deck online that has the reanimator sideboard on the side. Like,
okay, it looks like it's fine. Okay, so it was one person then. Thank you, Chase.
it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of that where they have, but they also have the Dark Depths
Yeah.
Thespian Stage.
So spicy.
And then they sideboard into like.
Lewin Hill saying 5 years and still waiting for someone else to get blown out worse by Dead Gone. Yeah, so we had a legendary matchup on one of our first live streams. It was in, like the first couple of live streams we did, where we had an epic moment with a Dead Gone bouncing a Merit Lage. I don't have the link handy, but worth a watch.
Had all three plans.
Some of our earliest live streams 5 years ago were so much fun. I should repurpose that stuff somehow. There was a lot in there worth watching. If you're bored and looking for new things to watch, go back and watch early 90s MTG stuff. Here's Show and Tell. Jacob's chosen a card. Omniscience will be the choice for Ed. Glarb.
You may look at the
I won't do that just because it's like.
Oh, it's the frog.
I'm gonna look at the top card of my list.
You may cast spells, get mana value for.
But it also means
Glarb Calamity's Augur. Let's go. The Surveil Frog.
It was all.
I just got really excited, like I could feel it in my body right now. I'm cheering for Jacob super strong right now. All right, a Source Splashers is getting force pitching Show and Tell. This is as the Attracts ability was on the stack. Now it's going to resolve. Omniscience in play for Ed is huge.
Because I had the Nick Fit package, so I had to purchase that one at the Veterans School.
Aviator is right. They could have cast it for free.
So brutal. I guess I'll keep it.
Creature of habit, I guess. Okay, Emo NYC appears to be Ed, saying my first time playing the deck. Okay.
Try for a chalice.
Cunning Wish.
All right, Cunning Wish. That card should be getting exiled on resolution. We'll see if that's corrected. But we're taking a look at the sideboard now to find something nasty. Shared Summons is selected. This basically wins the game.
I believe you. You know what? You're good. Awesome. There you go. Yeah.
You basically just tutor for Emrakul, and then the game ends, right, everybody? OmniTell up a game. So, post-sideboard, Jacob will be a little bit more prepared. I don't know if Jacob knew what he was up against when he sat down for this match, and vice versa. But now we know, and cards like Leyline Binding, for example, will be huge here.
and they're the only ones playing the game.
Jacob has a deck with the tools to beat OmniTell for sure. It'll just be about having a hand that has those tools in it, I guess. So searching up a volcanic island to start. Both players kept 7, it looks like.
And it's a sacrosanct. Like,
Exactly.
you can't touch that.
Exactly. So people like accept that that's the fact of life when you sleep up legacy.
There's a ponder for Jacob. The Batman sleeves are happening. You know, I have to ask Jacob how he feels about the fact that Marvel's getting a Magic set before DC. I don't know. That might have been a misplay. Up the Beanstalk, everybody. This card is crazy. Have you seen this card? It might be on the watch list.
Inherently, right? Base.
It's all one.
It was only a year ago when you people on Twitter and Reddit and all the other social medias were screaming about Up the Beanstalk, how it's ruining our lives. Where are you people now?
Ways you can lock your opponent out of the game in the first 3 turns.
What about the Mika Spawn? That's them now.
And then you just win the game. This is... I assume you're playing on the play.
Yeah, just wait until a new stock up comes, yeah.
Good.
All right, Jacob making those land drops, has the Beanstalk in play. Brainstorm for Ed on end step, it looks like. Mr. Varga jamming every emote imaginable.
Yeah. I mean, I would almost consider it was like...
What is like the objectively best emote? Like what is the best emote? Does anybody know? Which emote is S tier?
What's your sideboard playing as? Sure. I'm curious because
I don't even know. So much of like I've been streaming on Twitch. We were talking about for 5 years now, and so much of like the Twitch culture stuff, I just have no idea what's going on.
kind of just play Golgari with stuff, and then
Just went through that.
and then you win through that. But you can also just like draw.
Like I skim through the emotes available on Twitch. I have no idea what like 80% of them even mean. Here's an Impulse. Is it still a Pioneer staple, this card?
You just have that as like an icon in the deck.
Worse.
You can draw your cards then.
Yeah, this is something even worse.
Yeah.
But technically everybody's.
I picked this.
So if you miss one session.
Hardcast a force evolution.
Okay.
Twitch is kind of a strange site, I'm not gonna lie. Force of Negation. Exiling that Impulse. You know what? I like that kind of play. Like these show and tell decks are looking for the other half of the combo, basically. And canceling their cantrips can be quite good. Here's Glarb again.
You guys, yeah.
4.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Glarb. And Beanstalk. I dig it.
Sure.
All right, Island Cycling Lorien revealed. The super villain. Thank you for the sub.
It's tough to go down to 4.
The basic island is found. Presenting the deck. Supervillain says, congrats on 5 years. Only took me that long to get here from YouTube. Well, thanks for being here. It's never too late to see the real show. Some people watch this later on YouTube. Like, they're not even watching it live. They're watching it later. It's crazy. These people are crazy. What are you doing?
So this is, we're now in like the campaign year setting up. This is like your
Yeah. Yes.
Like you're watching a live stream, but not live. Like, what? It's insanity.
I'm bad with words.
Cast a sign of a trigger.
Scion of Draco. Trigger the beans. It's happening.
That's okay. Modern All-Star.
Yeah.
So some actions
Doing things.
No.
will play
All right, fetching now is Jacob with a Flooded Strand. Next to Up the Beanstalk, we have Glarb. I'll put the text up on the screen one more time. And then we have Scion of Draco, which was just the artifact creature put on the table.
And yeah, the way I see it, I
Playing land
love
for turn.
to create so much more, but I don't know if I can. But I am hoping
I'll just
to
take
make
the servo.
cast Lavinia.
I think it might just one.
Lavinia Azorius Renegade. That's pretty nasty.
Maybe even the Disruptor Flute, depending on what you're trying to do over there. I don't know.
Exactly.
Alright, time.
Good choice.
J Loud says, I definitely don't listen to funny quips you have. Rewind and say them with you. Like what? What funny quips? All right, force pitching Cunning Wish, Veil of Summer in response.
All that was all Lavinia.
Flesh here.
You gotta be a fan of Jacob right now. Look at this board. Lavinia, up the Beanstalk, Scion of Draco, and Glarb. Show and Tell, responding with a Surveil using Glarb. I'm obviously kidding. Obviously, it's great that everybody's watching on YouTube. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if people think I'm for real or not.
Protection from? Is it from?
Half of what I say on stream is not for real.
Spells. Colored spells.
Okay, I'm gonna put both these in my graveyard. Sure.
Leyline of the Guild Pact and Broadside Bombardiers were just dumped in the graveyard. Still able to look at the side of the top card, rather, of the deck. Show and Tell is going to resolve Leyline Binding again. So they're going to resolve it correctly once again. Leyline Binding will exile Atraxa, then Atraxa's enters ability will resolve.
I would never have guessed.
Yeah, because it's yes.
Twitch chat very confused what the heck is going on our live streams.
No, it's like the name for
So I spotted a stock up, new card from Aether Drift, and a bunch of, wow, a lot of sorceries. Emrakul is obviously going to be taken. Force of Will, Impulse are the instants. There's some more copies of Show and Tell in there. Does Valgavoth Terror Eater see any play? It does, occasionally. Not a lot, though. Yes, folks, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. That is free. Great way to help us out. Harry Houdini has arrived, everybody. Everybody clear out of the way. Three cards in Jacob's hand. Ed thinking about what to do here. There's a Lavinia Renegade in play. Scion of Draco is going to hit pretty hard. It's giving some abilities to the other creatures. Taking Emrakul, Force of Will, stock up City of Traders. Traxa was removed by that Leyline Binding, so that was a start. Remember that Leyline Binding and Solitude and stuff like that could deal with Emrakul on the board. Potentially. No signs of Omniscience.
Yeah. So this is 8 and 2 life.
Okay, so you gain 2.
I gain 2 and take 8.
Down to 9.
Just in case anybody's confused, Scion of Draco is granting some abilities to the other creature. Glarb is, of course, Sultai colors, and Lavinia is Azorius.
I was thinking of lands. Something else gets it for lands.
By the way, I know a lot of you are product fatigued as heck. You know, I've seen your tweets, but are you pumped for Tarkir? Like, this set looks fire. Am I crazy? This set looks so cool.
Play stock up.
Here's Stock Up. This card from Aether Drift appears to be the real deal. It's getting some legacy play. It feels like it's showing up more and more each week when I show up at the LGS to jam. I see more copies of this card floating around on the tables. And then they show up on stream. Luanil making predictions about Rakshasa's Bargain taking over. Stock Up apparently getting play in Vintage. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, Aether Drift, I was like, it's cool. Like, there's some cool cards in there. Stock Up is cool. Kethermos. Whatever. I watched some limited gameplay of Aether Drift. The format seemed fun. But Tarkir, I'm pumped. Tarkir, I'm ready. All right, here's a show and tell. Force a will off the top of the deck, trigger the beans. This is what we were hoping for when we saw Glarb. Glarb is from regular Bloomborough, right? Not the commander set?
Yeah.
Okay, show and tell is countered. The card is drawn off the beans. Lavinia, Azorius Renegade, stopping the return Force of Will from Ed.
Yep.
Jacob able to look at the top card of the deck and can play lands and cast spells mana value 4 or greater from the top.
Yeah, right? Right now they're
6.
Okay, attacking with Lavinia and Scion of Draco.
Yep. Go ahead.
Brainstorm? Sure.
Okay, Brainstorm for Ed. Voodoo says, thinking about getting my first duel, but think I'm going to have to wait until banned and restricted and just pray Entomb doesn't get hit. Unsure if you mean that duels might get banned. I don't think that's a possibility. Entomb is a possibility, though.
Yeah.
In my mind.
That's rough.
I don't know what Wizards is thinking, but that's a card that at the moment I would not be shocked if it got banned.
Float the 2. Take 1.
Yep. For combat, I will use my 2 sacrifice. I'll take command for the 1. For 1, I'm gonna make another dude and scry.
And I'm making a very general statement here, but picking up a duel now probably won't matter that much if there are bans and unbans. The duels pretty much stay the same price and get played in the same amount of decks and whatever. Generally, of course, there's some change over long periods of time, but generally, it doesn't affect duels as much.
Let's see. It's not enough to change the course of the game.
I mean, it's a new but at the same time, it should have been the first match.
So in my opinion, if you're going to pick up a dual land tomorrow, let's say a Tropical Island or whatever, you'll probably still have just as many decks that play Tropical Islands post-ban, no matter what. Probably. I think that's a safe bet. I'm making a very general statement here. I don't want anybody to get upset with me. You said Tropical Island was going to be the best. No, that's not what I said.
Well, as good as being wasted on the game.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that was the theme of all three games.
I'm very iffy about giving people anything resembling financial advice. Here's Echoing Truth, trying to bounce that leyline binding and get a Traxa back. This could be mean.
But if I'm being honest, I don't think it's that competitive. But it's just like running a small combo. So
I mean,
Surveil is happening here.
exactly. I have everything. I have the hierarchy, endurance. I have trigger beats.
All right, found a Force of Will. Trigger the beans. It's unlikely Ed's going to be able to respond to that with anything meaningful. Wait.
Well, one floating because I used one. Not it.
I tried to make
The third.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, okay, because he had enough lands. Okay, never mind. All right, so he was able to cast Force back. I forgot how Lavinia worked just for a moment there. Moving on to game 3.
Sure.
My bad, everybody.
I forget.
Leyline of the Guild Pack to start for Jacob. Ed is on the play, though. Ponder. Yeah, I forgot for a moment how Lavinia worked when I was explaining it just now. But Jacob got the game, so it's all good.
Fact that you have to think about what files to make. That's so awesome.
that's what I like. It turns magic into actual
It's counting the number of lands and whatever.
5-step puzzle. Like
very
how
cool
do I
deck.
win and what
For Legacy.
Like remember this.
I agree. Both of these decks are really cool, in my opinion.
And I played Beans like every
And then they would have like
trying out different versions.
win.
Jacob is a dedicated Beans gamer. He's played a Beanstalk deck of some kind at many events I've been to over the last, I don't know, since whenever Beanstalk came out. Up to Beanstalk. He's getting forced. Pitching Lorien revealed. Okay. Okay. Do we like that play, combo gamers? Are we countering up the Beanstalk if we're OmniTell? What do people think? I feel skeptical.
The one with
I feel like I'm protecting my combo, and up the Beanstalk, I'm like, yeah, whatever, do that.
I've been doing a sideboard too, where it's like first game Doomsday, and then second game take out the whole Doomsday package and just go with.
Like if that was Lavinia on the stack, or I don't know, Containment Priest or something like that, then yeah, I would counter it.
The combo.
Up the Beanstalk, you can have that. I'm stocking up, I'm impulsing, I'm brainstorming, I'm pondering. Good luck.
You're gonna overboard into that. And
so it's like I want to keep running it, but I just
We'll see how this plays out. Magic is a resource game. Card advantage is important. Hedge Maze, Surveil, keep it on top. Okay.
running Thought Ceases and Cabal. I'm just running Thought Ceases. Now what I'm thinking is either
Tameo getting cast with a Bayou. I like it. Now a Brainstorm. Going to flip Tameo immediately.
for most of the things you really want it to hit, like you have to or some sack outlet. But I guess your deck, you have the width that kind of gets you the.
Force picking Echoing Truth on the Brainstorm. Okay. Stock up now for Ed. Ed went down a lot on resources here. Drained himself quite a bit of some key cards, especially Echoing Truth.
So likely to hit whatever card you're looking for.
Yeah.
so the library is like an actual tutor that
We are stocking up, though. We are stocking up.
I'm doing that. I'd rather make like very like good scores.
Ed's life total not under threat. Cameo can't attack.
But it's such a janky card. I'm gonna show you. And I bought copies of value, but it's like
People in the background talking about janky cards. All right, Soporific Springs comes in as a land. The reverse side of Sink into Stupor. Passing it back to Jacob. Looks like Ed has 3 cards in hand, I believe. Tamio attacks, makes a clue. There's Lavinia. You probably want to counter that, but can't. Yeah.
Free, and then if you cast a non-creature, that
First of all,
seems
it's
even
a
more
great
than your
card.
lands gets counted.
It's a bad graveyard hate card, right? It's 2 mana.
When an opponent
If no mana was spent, count it. I got it backwards. You can't cast non-creature spells with mana value with your
Because like with gold stuff.
Well, that kind of shuts off a lot of things that the OmniTell deck does. Lavinia's a problem. We got rid of 2 Force of Wills. We dumped Echoing Truth. At a little bit low on resources. If Jacob's hand has a Force and a blue card. Yeah. Lewinell says you can still Omni out an Emrakul. That is true. That is true. But like Leyline Binding just removes it. There's just like so much disruption now that's possible. Attacking with Lavinia, attacking with Tamio, making another clue, cracking a clue.
Yeah, this is just a worse version of the deck you were already playing. Exactly. So it's like I was trying to move it through like
Jacob just pondering and stuff now. I wish I knew what was in Jacob's hand. I think I spotted a Leyline Binding, which will be amazing.
play a lot more spells to win the game.
Okay, that's like,
See, I mean, that's why it would be fun, but it's just Delver. That's exactly why I'm not, because I have the mana base for like an Absent and Maverick deck, and I can.
Yeah, Tamio just flipped. So Tamio now at 4 loyalty. That's kind of a clock. I know it technically doesn't deal damage to your opponent, but drawing half the deck after reaching 8 loyalty, needing to -7 is a problem. Carpet of Flower is not very exciting right now. At least not in my opinion.
Somewhere, but then like you have a bad tutu.
yeah, because you're not playing a whole. There's not a bunch of instants for sorcery.
We're not going to be able to hard cast Omniscience, for example.
You might get 3 or 4 triggers.
Yeah. I mean, 4 is.
You should get 5 cards in hand.
Yeah.
You might cast a one time.
5 cards in Ed's hand.
So yeah, you might get 3 or 4 in a long.
I played against Ed at this event, and we had kind of an epic match, and I was just waiting for Eureka the whole time. Like, are you going to Eureka me? I felt like I was going to get Eureka'd. Leyline Binding getting flashed in now. Force of Negation on that. Veil of Summer, okay. I'm not sure we need to be Leyline Binding this carpet, but maybe. I don't know. I've been skeptical of so many plays so far. Maybe it's all me.
Okay.
This game is hard. There's another Carpet of Flowers. Another Leyline Binding. All right, going after the Carpet of Flowers. Leyline Binding might be so important at stopping an Emrakul. Yeah, I guess hard casting Atraxa would be scary. But you have the Leyline Binding. I don't know. I don't know. Veil of Summer going back on top of the deck with Mystic Sanctuary. Minusing Tamio now. Return to Brainstorm, I believe. Lavinia attacks.
It's my first time playing the
Okay, now Brainstorm is happening. Veil of Summer is drawn. Yeah, maybe the bindings are just limiting the cards that Ed can literally use right now. That was Scion of Draco again, so that's going to grant some abilities to the team.
Six.
Big attack. Head down to 6, presenting lethal on the following turn with the Scion and the Lavinia. Yeah, all of Jacob's lands are islands thanks to Leyline of the Guild Pact. Kind of a neat thing you can do with Mystic Sanctuary is all your lands are islands. Yeah, the carpets are scarier because all the lands are islands. That's true. I mean, it seems like Jacob's game plan is coming together here. Fired off the 2 Leyline bindings, cut Ed way back on mana, and Ed is just like cantripping right now and probably gonna either need to remove one of these creatures or lose the game. I'm assuming Jacob will be able to counter a show and tell on the stack. Yep. That is the match. Jacob gets it. Yeah, the creatures had hexproof, so that wasn't even a possibility. But you know, cyclonic rift overloaded or something. I don't know.